What is happening, champions? Here we are on Siegfried Line. It's a Tier 5 maximum match, and I am in my M10 Wolverine. And I gotta say right off the bat, fuck this tank. Fuck it hard. It really makes me angry. I always seem to get bad teams or just bad luck in this tank. And sometimes I'll do really well and still lose the match. And that just, I don't know. Normally, I'm okay with doing well and losing, but for some reason, this tank just frustrates me really bad. I think it's just the constant losing that's ebbing away at my love for this tank. And I mean, I did have love for it at one point. It does have a great gun for Tier 5. The M1A2 gun is awesome, but there are some things that lack about the gun. Like, for instance, the combo of having bad penetration and bad accuracy is deadly to a tank. It can really, really fuck you in a lot of situations. And I mean, it's not the worst accuracy and it's not the worst penetration, but in terms of what it's going up against, like the STUG 3, it's bad. And it can really mess up your shots and cause you to bounce a lot more than you would. STUG 3, though, check this out.
Penetration.
This actually worked out really well for me. And this is kind of funny because this guy's talking in chat afterwards and getting really pissed off, saying I shot him through a wall. But actually, while he was turning to get around the wall, he exposed more of his tank, and I ended up hitting him. Now we got a Panzer IV. This is another moment that pisses me off. There you go. Because of the accuracy in the pen, I'm not getting through him. And I don't understand it, Captain! It just drives me mad. But let's talk about some of the good things of the tank. Normally, with your armor, it's actually pretty damn good. You've got very slanted, mediumly thicked armor. Mediumly. I don't know if that's a word, but I'm using it. So pretty standard armor, but it's pretty slanted and normally very thick in a Tier 5 maximum match. Oh! Yeah, that Covenanter just got shit on right there. He just came around the corner and there was a STUG 3 and a Wolverine aiming at him. So, sucks to be you, asshole. I can't see the Panzer IV, so I'm going to put a shot into the STUG 3 instead. That's okay. That's the more dangerous target, in my opinion. What? What the fuck was that? Did that really just cost me the kill? Damn it! I needed that kill, as you will see later. But I still think there's a STUG 3 over there. And initially, I thought, when I saw that how many STUGs were on the enemy team, I needed to be very careful. But sometimes I just throw caution to the wind, and normally it just gets me killed. But in this instance, it actually works out very well, as you will see later in the match. But as I was saying, the rate of fire and the damage that this gun does is actually great. It gives it a really good theoretical DPM. But you have to penetrate to achieve that theoretical DPM. So, keep that in mind. So there is that STUG 3. He's moving. Can we get into a position to take him out? It would be very valuable for the team to do so. And the STUG on my team just got taken out, so I am alone on this flank, which is very bad news. Can I get a shot? Does he see me? Does he see me? Well, he sure as hell does now, you dumbass. I probably shouldn't have come out like that, but I got really lucky, and all that he did was damage my track. So, worked out pretty well for me there, although it was a complete dumbass moment. We got a KV-1 over here. Can we get into a position to put shots into him? And the strange thing about this KV-1, I want you to notice, I think he's using the 57mm, as you will see later when he's shooting at me. Can I get through the lower hole? Nope. And there we go. Got through there. I should have done that shot earlier. So there you go. KV-1 shooting at me. There's a bounce. Now I've angled my armor. There's another bounce. There's a bounce. Look how fast he's firing. Oh shit, that one didn't bounce. And he hit my ammo rack. So I need to back up, repair my ammo rack. Very, very essential component for your tank. Switch to my premium because I'm frustrated about bouncing. And boom. He gets killed by someone else? Damn it! I mean, really? Cut me a fucking break. As you will see in the end, that was just really unfortunate about those two kills. The Panzer IV and the KV-1. But now it's time to sneak up behind this guy and rape him in the ass. There we go. He's trying to turn to shoot me. Boom. He misses, hits the pillar. Ooh, set his ass on fire. Burn, baby, burn. That's what I'm talking about. So turn around and let's weigh our options here. I am moving down to the cap. I want to bring the enemy team back up towards us. I, at this point, was thinking we were okay, but I want you to notice later on in the map something happens. I also want you to notice down here in the bottom of the map we've got a guy hiding right here and a guy who's AFK. Now, I thought this guy was AFK. I didn't know that he was actually just hiding. So that's really going to factor in, because at this time I'm looking down at the map going, okay, so we've got 2 AFK tanks, so it's really 4 tanks versus their 5. So keep that in your mind. So I'm headed down to the cap to make the enemy come back. They have to come back if I'm sitting in their cap. Somebody does, at least. Now, this is where having a camo net and a binocular telescope come in really, really handy, you guys. I want you to notice this. So we just lost another one of our STUG 3s, and I've noticed that the STUG 3 on the enemy team is a good player. He's in a clan, he's got 3 kills, he knows what he's doing. And like I said, I think that there's 2 AFK tanks at this time. I'm not really paying too much attention to this guy and seeing him moving. He's kind of just staying in the same spot, so I thought he was AFK. So this determines what I do. And what I do is I just stay in the cap. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, you could go out there, you could take him, you could handle him, but it's a STUG 3, and he's a good player. So my plan was to stay in the cap and make them come up towards this KV-1, and he could run interference for me and potentially take them out. He's also a good player. 2 kills. So that was my plan. But as it turns out, this actually works out very well for me. There's the M3 Lee. He has no fucking idea where I'm at. Take him out. That's your camo net for you, and your binoculars. And I throw in my GGs because I just realized they're all way too far away to stop me. Unfortunately, I do not get the Top Gun in this one. I know you guys like to see the Top Gun, but, you know, hopefully you'll allow me to get a Invader medal in place of a Top Gun, as I do get at the end of this match. 91, 92, 93. It's always waiting for that damn cap points. It just makes you nervous. You always think there's artillery, even when there isn't. You know what I mean? Boom. Enemy base captured. I've got 5 kills. Let's go see the after-battle results screen. Alright, so there was an Invader medal in my M10 Wolverine. I hope you guys will allow me to substitute that for a Top Gun. It was still a great match. I had a lot of fun. 61,082 credits, 3,020 experience, doubled for the first victory of the day. The only 2 tanks that got away from me were the KV-1 and the Panzer IV. On the Panzer IV, we injured the commander. On the T-14, we knocked out the radio and the track and destroyed the fuel tank. Strangely enough, on the KV-1, we didn't knock out any critical components. But on the Panzer IV, the deal with that was I was bouncing so much off of this tank, and I remember watching that I got frustrated when I was at the KV-1, and I just switched straight to premium, and then I just used that premium on the T-14 as well. But I did switch back when I killed the M3 Lee and went back to the cap, because I realized that there weren't a lot of tanks that required me to use premium at that time. Now, the reason why I only stuck around and got the Invader is because I was going up against a STUG with 1,000 damage and 4 kills, a Panzer III, and a Martyr II. And at that time, I actually thought our M7 was also AFK. I wasn't watching their minimap too carefully. I was watching, you know, I saw this PZ3, this piece of shit was AFK, but I also thought this guy was AFK because he was down there hiding in the bottom of the map, not really doing anything. He didn't have any kills. So that was kind of my mistake. So I thought it was 2 on 3, and one of them was a good player. So I just decided to sit it out, wait in the cap. I know it's kind of a bitch move. That's what I kept telling myself at the same time. But I think it's a lot cooler to get an Invader medal when you're playing a standard medal than it is to when you're playing a encounter map, because an encounter map is just a point in the middle of the map, a key point nonetheless, but it's a point in the middle of the map that you just have to get to and hold, whereas On a standard battle, to get Invader, you have to drive all the way to the enemy base, secure it, and wait for the enemies, and then just take them out as they come. And like I did with the M3 Lee, although that wasn't too hard, I just waited for my camo net to come up, and then I just took him out. So, but when you consider all those factors, like what you're going up against, what the odds are, how much health you have, what kind of machines you're going up against, and then you take that all into your consideration, that's when you decide whether or not you're going to go for the Invader or the Top Gun. And in this match, I went for the Invader. And it still got me a ton of experience, a ton of money. I did a ton of damage, 1,798 with 5 kills, 1,007 experience, and Invader is my battle merit. 27 shots fired, 19 direct hits, 16 penetrations, 1,798 damage done, 7 hits received, 3 penetrations, 4 non-penetrations. That was from the KV-1. I think he was using maybe the smaller 57mm ZIS-4. I don't know for sure. But potential damage received, 650 or 45. Definitely would have killed me had those non-penetrations been penetrations, and I still made a lot of money, and I definitely would have made a lot of money even if I didn't get the mission completed, because 25,000 or 44 minus 25,000 is still a pretty damn good amount of money for that match. But as you can see, I had to use a consumable, and my ammo cost a little bit because of premium, and I did have to do a little bit of repair, but still a great match, a pretty penny. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As soon as I get the ability to unlock the Jackson, I'm probably going to sell this tank, so I'm going to try and put up as many videos as I can while I own it. If you liked the video, thank you very much for watching, and leave me a like. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Take it easy, gents.